results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. I am your host and producer, Becca Dukes, and I am excited to be with you today. So today we have a very special returning guest joining us from Sugar Land, Texas, Yolanda Brown. And I think today's conversation is one that many of us need to hear right now, even me. Life has a way of presenting challenges, disappointments, obstacles, and moments that try to convince us that something isn't possible, that we can't move forward, that circumstances determine our future. Well, folks, what if those thoughts carry more power than we realize? And I am excited as we are going to be exploring the world of you can, we can, and we will. Now, our guest today is the dynamic Yolanda Brown, who is a motivator, a trainer, and she has been around the world helping others get the motivation and information they need to start making those changes. So, folks, if you are here because somebody invited you to be here and you have more questions about some of the things that we are going to be discussing today, make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you and tell them thank you. They are going to be your number one point of contact to get information. And if you found this show all on your own and you want more information, we have a team that is standing by at 855-949-3377. Today's program is being sponsored by DailywithDoc.com, where we have lots of information to empower you as an individual to create a better health journey. So without further ado, I am excited to have with me and adding her to the screen, the beautiful Yolanda Brown. Hello, Yolanda. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
Oh, you know what, Becca, thank you and your team for allowing me to be of service. So I am so excited to be here. And, guys, whenever you get a chance, for those of you that are listening, please give a shout out to this team, because they're taking the time out to deliver so many different speakers each and every day to help you become that best version of yourself. So thank you, guys. Thank you, each and every one of you.
Well, thank you, Yolanda. As you know, there's so many different aspects of becoming the best self that we can be, whether it's physical, mental, emotional. Today, we're going to be talking more of the mental, emotional side of it. And I am so excited as you have a great book that you read that has brought a lot of light to the subject. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn that over to you. And then as we have questions, folks, if you want to raise your hand, you can raise your hand at the end if there's time. We're going to be going through some questions and answers. But without further ado, Ms. Yolanda Brown.
All right. Thank you so much, Becca, again. And guys, I want you to know that, as Becca indicated, I'm going to be really talking from a book by Raymond Holliwell, and it's called Working with the Law. And I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes when I'm reading a book, I get inspired. And when I start underlining words and paragraphs and start starring things, and then there is this still small voice that I get. And it says that you should share this. And I've gotten to the point now where I listen to that still small voice. And I shared part of this on the Daily Dose call. This call allows me to go a little bit more into what I really want people to get. And so I hope today that you will get it. So I'll be doing quite a few quotes from the book, Working with the Law. And I want to share with you a poem that he started off his book with, or this chapter when I was reading. It's a declaration that Holliwell himself opens with. And he says, "He can who thinks he can. It is God's will that man should not only use, but enjoy every good in the universe. The law of God denies man nothing, denies us nothing." So I want you to understand that God denies us nothing, denies you nothing. Now, whatever your belief may be, for me, it's God, and I will be using that today. So, but I just want you to know that's really important. That means whatever you have been telling yourself, you cannot have, you cannot do, you cannot become. If you've been telling yourself that, that is not God's word over your life. And that is fear talking. And today we're going to deal with fear. So we have to realize that we're all born for greatness. You heard many speakers, influencers say it. We are born to be rich. And whether or not you define rich in terms of dollars and cents, the deeper truth is this: you were created for abundance. You were born to be the best version of yourself, not anyone else, of yourself. But here's what no one tells you. Greatness is not delivered to your front door. It is developed. It is cultivated. It is drawn out of you, little by little, layer by layer, as you do the work of your self-discovery. Holliwell puts it this way in his book. He says, true self-help, self-discovery, self-knowledge, and the proper instruction is applying one's faculties and using one's forces will advance any person. Practice will ensure efficiency. Using will bring forth results. Success is within the reach of every aspiring person. So did you catch that? Success is within the reach of every aspiring person. Not every person with talent, not every lucky person, not every person that says that I got this. No, it's every aspiring person. Aspiring simply means desiring it, to desire earnestly, to reach for it, to keep trying and going after it, to do it. So that means that you qualify today. That means right now, as you are in this Zoom meeting room, you qualify. So Holliwell reminds us of something that James Allen said, and if you probably heard this quote before: you are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. You see, our thoughts are not idle passengers in our lives. They are drivers. What we consistently think about, we consistently move towards. This is not wishful thinking, guys. It's the law. It is the law. And we all need to be working with the law. So I ask you this today: do you wish to succeed? Do you wish to love more deeply? Do you wish to serve more powerfully? Do you wish to give more freely? Do you wish to build your business bigger and better? Because I say to you, you can. You have all the essentials within yourself to succeed, to love, to give, and to give hope. They're already there, placed within you by the God who created you and who denies you nothing. So to advance is the law. To be true to yourself and to the law which governs you, you simply must advance. For advancement is success. It is the law's intention that you shall move forward, not backward. Holliwell states that in his book. So I want you to think about that. The universe is not neutral about your growth. The law that governs life, spiritual, mental, and natural laws are designed for you to move forward. You may delay your progress. You may have to take some detours, and you may stall for a reason, or you may stall for a season. You may stall for a lifetime, but it's you. But in the end, you will be compelled to move forward at some point in time, especially in the direction of your soul's growth. That's pretty deep. But I want you to be encouraged today. I want you to know that no matter how long you've been stuck, no matter how far you feel that you have moved away from where you want to be, the law is on your side. It is pulling you forward. You can achieve your ambition. You can aim high and build well. You can build yourself, build your business. You can build relationships with intention and excellence. Napoleon Hill, in his landmark book, I'm sure each of you may have read it at some point in time or heard somebody say it, Think and Grow Rich. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So hold that image in your mind. Whatever vision you have for your life, your business, your family, hold it, fix it in your mind, see it clearly every single day, because a vision held faithfully, paired with consistent action, moving forward, is a vision that must come to pass. Now, that's not positive thinking. That's the law. So what is success, really? So before I go any further, I want to ask you that question. What does success mean to you? And I want you to take a moment. And if you have pen and paper in front of you, you can write it down. Or if not, you can just begin to think about it and write it down later, because you really want to know, what does success mean to you? Not for your spouse, not for your children, not for your relatives, but for you. Is it prosperity? Is it personal freedom? Is it a dream coming true? Is it a deep sense of purpose? Is it great relationships? Is it watching your children thrive? Whatever it is your definition of success. Holliwell states that success is not defined in terms of money, position, fame, or wealth, although it may include all of these. True, genuine success of the largest kind lies in the results obtained, harvest reaped, and distributed so that our fellow beings, our business partners, our friends at large are benefited and the world is enriched. I love that. I think that is so powerful. Real success is not just what we accumulate. So many of us tie success to what we have, the cars we drive, where we live, you know, who we hang around, all of that. It is what you give out. It is what you distribute. That's success. It's the harvest you bring and share. That's success. Think about what this business is all about. Think about what you do each and every day, the people that you help. Success that enriches only you is not the fullness of success, but the success that enriches the world around you. That is what we're after. So for today, let's agree on this definition, if you will. Success is personal and business advancement and increase, moving forward in every area that matters to you. No one else, to you, in a way that serves and uplifts others around you. I like that. Maybe you can use that definition too. What is it that you truly want to achieve in this business, in life? What is that thing you have been dreaming about and you have not yet reached? And then let me ask the harder question. What's holding you back? Now, if you're honest, and I believe you can be, because nobody's listening to what's in here but you, or what you may be writing down, the answer for most of us, you know, we're holding ourselves back, but it's fear. It's fear. It's that enemy that we call fear. And it has many faces. The fear of failure, the fear of what people think, the fear of what people are saying, the fear of success and what it will demand of me. Do I want to do and be busy and do that type of work? We don't know, but we put all of this in our heads. The fear of not having enough, the fear of not being enough, the fear of not being smart enough, or the fear of not being ready. Maybe all of that is staying in this head of yours. Get it out. Go back to what you're holding, that success that you want to go after. Holliwell says that fear paralyzes our mental forces, which must be free and active if we are to avoid calamity. You see, when a person's mind is confused by fear, Raymond Holliwell says, he is in no condition to accept an opportunity. You won't be ready for it. If it's staring you in the face, you won't be ready for it. Fear does not just make you uncomfortable, it paralyzes you. The very mental and spiritual forces you need to move forward are paralyzed. So when fear has that on you, you can't recognize an opportunity. Not even if it's standing right in front of you. You can't think clearly. You can't act boldly. Fear clouds everything. But the word of God speaks directly to this. The Apostle Paul, writing to a young leader named Timothy, who was facing enormous fear, said, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. That's pretty powerful. Power, love, a sound mind. That is your inheritance. That is what God has placed within each and every one of us, within you. Not being timid, not being paralyzed, not being confused, but power, love, and soundness. A sound mind. No good thing will God, the law, withhold from them that walk uprightly, says Holliwell in his book. And you've heard that from so many other authors and speakers. We all put it in our own words, but this book just spoke to me, and I want to use his words because I want to give credit where credit is due. Those words just lifted off the page. So whatever your belief system is, wherever you find your source and your supply, I want you to hear this. The good things you desire are not being withheld from you by the universe. They are being delayed by your fear. And today we're going to choose to walk through that fear to the other side. Are you willing to do that with me? Are you willing to walk through it? So I'm going to tell you a story that's in the book, Working with the Law. And Holliwell frames this by saying there were two boys drove to the river one day, challenging one another to swim across to the other side. So they both dove in and swam with strong, steady strokes. The lead swimmer kept his eyes forward, set on the shore, the other shore. Stroke after stroke, he focused on where he was going, not where he had been. When he walked out on the bank, dripping and victorious, he turned back to look for his friend. But his friend was nowhere near. He looked more carefully, and there he saw him in the distance, back on the shore where they had started. That's where he was. And when they met afterwards, the boy who swam across asked, "How was it that you did not follow me across?" The boy who turned back said, "After I got about halfway out, I looked back and I saw how far I had come, and I was afraid I couldn't make it. So I turned back." And the boy who had crossed said something that I want you never to forget. "Why didn't you think to look forward as I did? I saw only the shore coming closer and closer with each stroke that I was taking. And was it not just as hard to turn back as it was to continue onto your goal?" Oh my goodness. How many of us are halfway across the river of our dreams, and we have made the fatal mistake of looking backward. We see how far we have come and think, "Oh God, I may not make it. I may not make that next level. This may not happen." So we just kind of chill, kind of turn back to where we are and stay where we are. And that's what we do. But I ask you, is turning back truly safe? Is staying where you are truly comfortable? Or is it just familiar? So let's look forward. The shore is closer than we think. That next level is closer than you think. So just keep swimming. You can. So it truly is the power of I can. So catch the spirit of the words I can, and you have the key to a successful attitude. Know you can succeed and proceed to think, live, and act in such a strong conviction. You may search everywhere to discover the mystic secret of success, only to find in the end, it is all contained in two little words. And Raymond Holliwell ends the quote with, I can. Two words. The most powerful two words in the English language, well, I would say for me, the most powerful two words in the English language happens to be thank you. And then I am. And then I would say I can are two most powerful words. So why don't you say it right now? Nobody's hearing you. Y'all on mute. You can say it out loud. I can. Say it again. I can. You see, one's state is largely determined by one's mental attitude. Do you believe that? Many of you didn't do it. Maybe because you don't believe it, or maybe just because you just don't want to do it right now. Either way, you should do it at some point to say, I can. You see, there are people that radiate with discouragement, gloom, failure, because they've accepted the I can't attitude. You know these people. At some point in time, we might have been one of those people. I know I probably was, and at some point, and some maybe now. Sometimes I may say, oh, I don't know if I can do that or not. Let's all be honest with ourselves. We meet them all the time. But then there are those who are positive, who emanates that success through a cheerful, confident, energetic, I can attitude. Holliwell says one gravitates to adversity and the other attracts the very best. In essence, you know, one draws people in and the other one keeps them out. So you choose. You see, I can't person actually repels us instinctively. It's automatic because they are, as Holliwell puts it, out of tune with the divine order of things. The I can't attitude violates the very law of advancement. But the I can individual, and we want to associate with them, we are happy to associate with them. We want to do business with them. We want them around us. Why? Because their spirit is aligned with the creation's intention to do well, to be good. Because we all create this individual environment, this atmosphere. Holliwell says that we have our own individual atmosphere. He says, let us seek to build up a strong, positive, I can attitude, which will lead us to success. Then ask yourself, what do people sense when they enter into an I can't environment, atmosphere, or when they enter to an I can environment or atmosphere? So let's build our lives with I can. Let's build our business with I can. Let's fill our teams with I can people. And let's fill our heads with the I can attitude. And let's fill our hearts with I can. And let's see what happens. We have to hold a mental picture of what we want. We have to realize that this I can is the attitude, but how do we cultivate it and sustain it? So I'm going to give you a clear next step, and it's in the book. Holliwell states, make a mental picture. You've heard that from many of speakers. So we all just borrow from each other. But so basically you make a mental picture. You hold it in your mind, what you're aspiring to achieve. You see it clearly. You see it specifically. You see it daily. So this isn't a new age mysticism. This isn't ancient. Well, yeah, it is. It's ancient spiritual wisdom. That's what this is. So if you think about it, if you go back and look at Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. You've heard people say that a lot. But vision isn't optional. Did you realize that? It is not optional. It is survival. It is the difference between a life that merely happens and the life you intentionally create. Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, whose classic book, I'm sure we've all read it or heard somebody talk about it, The Power of Positive Thinking, taught, formulate and stamp indelibly on your mind a mental picture of yourself succeeding. Hold this picture tenaciously and never permit it to fade. Your mind will seek to develop this picture. Hold that picture, the good picture, so that the mind can develop it every single day. Take the time to see yourself on the other side. See yourself with that thriving business. See yourself with that great relationship. See yourself with that person that you are becoming. And see your goals as they are already accomplished. Not wishful dreaming, but it's faith. Faith is seeing what has not yet appeared in the physical world and calling it into being. You can never fail if you never give up. Got to keep on trying. Each day, we got to keep on trying. Success, after all, is a collection of our many good results that we have, all of the good that we're doing each and every day. Every time you try and you fall short, you're still accumulating results, right? You're still doing something. You're still moving forward. You're still learning. So this is why the law is so important. Because see, there's a thief inside of our homes, inside of our minds. So, and this thief lives and just strives and works with us daily, day by day by day. Doesn't announce itself. It doesn't break down the door to get into our homes. It just kind of sneaks in. And then it disguises itself as, I'll do that later. Oh, I'll do that on Monday. It's Friday. I'll wait till Monday and get that done. Or you know what? I'm just not ready yet. So that thief that's in your house and in your mind is procrastination. We've all dealt with it. Some of us are dealing with it today. Holliwell says that procrastination kills ambition. Ooh, kills your dreams. It kills it. It gets one into the habit of indecision, which causes failure. You do nothing. You do nothing. So did you hear that? It doesn't just delay your success. It kills your ambition. It robs you of being successful. It robs you of making decisions. Benjamin Franklin said, never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. It's simple, it's direct, and it's a quote that is timeless. So in your business, in your life, practice making your decisions clearly and promptly. Take care of the small questions that come to you each and every day. They are training your decision-making muscle. Yep, you got that muscle. And when the big questions come, they will come and your muscle will be strong. See, there's no reason the most successful leaders in the world share a common trait. But there is one reason why they share this common trait. Decisiveness. Ooh. They don't have all the information. They don't have all of the certainties around it, but they decide. They act clearly, promptly, and boldly. William James put it this way: act as if what you do makes a difference. Ooh, because it does. Think about what we do here in our business. It makes a difference. It does. So make a decision. Make it today that you're going to build your business bigger and better than what it is today. That you're going to work with people where they are. That you can think it through and decide. Commit and move forward. The world responds to those who move. Opportunity knocks, but it doesn't wait on the porch for you all day. So don't let procrastinate sneak into your house. Let procrastination know that you can decide, you can act, and you can begin, and you can do it now. And you know your most valuable asset in this business, in life, that you want to do things now because that valuable asset is time. What do you do with your spare time? How do you spend it? Where do you spend it? Do you give your time value? Holliwell asked that question in his book. And I can tell you that time, of all the resources that we have, time is the only one that cannot be replenished. Money lost can be earned back. Relationships strained can be restored. But time spent is spent forever. Our success depends on the use of our time. And Holliwell says that that time that we could be spending, sometimes we do not. But he says that if our success depends on the use of our time, And he calls this byproducts, those odd moments, those spare minutes, like the waiting room or the early morning before everyone else wakes up, the 15 minutes before you go into bed. What are you doing with those byproducts, that time? What are you doing with that? He says the real success of some people started in those odd moments. Abraham Lincoln studied law by firelight in the evenings after a full day's work. How many of us get home and we're tired and we know we need to make a phone call in our business or do something in our business, and we're like, okay, procrastination is in our house, we'll do it tomorrow. Oprah Winfrey has spoken about using every available moment to learn, to read, to grow. You see, the most successful people are not the ones with the most hours. They are the ones who use the hours they have most faithfully. So when you're working your business, are you spending time on income producing activities? Are you making calls, connecting with people, talking with people that's in your business about strategy, about what's going on, or just, you know what, just saying thank you, following up, building relationships? Or are you busy being busy? Only you can answer those questions. You see, there's a difference between activity and productivity. Activity feels good but produces little. Productivity is intentional, targeted, and results driven. So what are you doing with your time? And what kind of worker are you with your time? Jim Rohn, one of the greatest personal development teachers of our era, said that time is more valuable than money. You can get more money, but you cannot get more time. That pretty much wraps it up. Honor your time. You know, be wise about your time. Invest your time. Invest in what brings you and your world the greatest return. So you have to realize that there are some words here that I want you to really begin to think about as we begin to really realize that success is the way we learn to use two valuable things: our time and our thought. Knowledge alone is not success. It is the way we use that knowledge. And that's a quote by Raymond Holliwell. You may have read every self-help book on the market. You may know more about success principles than I do or anyone else that's on this Zoom. But knowledge unused is just potential gathering dust. It is the application of what you know that creates success. So why don't you use your time, use your thoughts, act on what you know. That's success. And Holliwell adds something that I need you to hear. When I wrote this down and I put it on a 3x5 card, it says, it is important always to remember that back of all our struggles, under the dust, there are the arms of the Father guiding, guarding, and supporting us. Whatever you lack, the Father has. Whatever you need, the Father can supply. Whatever obstacle you encounter, God within you and about you can overcome it. Again, you fill in the blanks with whatever your beliefs are. That's powerful. Under the dust of your struggle, beneath the weight of your fear, behind the discouragement of your setbacks, there are arms holding you, guiding you, guarding you, supporting you. You're not alone in this. You have never been alone in this. Whatever you face today in business, in your family, in your heart, the Father has what you need. The Father can supply what you lack. And God within you, that same Spirit that raised Christ from the dead, can overcome every obstacle you're facing. So here's what I want you to walk away with. Knowing that I can, You can. We can. You can. If you think you are beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but think you can't, it's almost a cinch. You won't. If you think you'll lose, you're lost. For out of the world we find success begins with a fellow's will. It's all in the state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you can ever win a prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or the faster man, but soon or late, and we will normally say, but sooner or later, but the poem says, but soon or late, the man who wins or the woman who wins is the man who thinks he can. You see, I can, you can, we can, and we will. But we can only do this together. We have to change our thoughts. We have to remember that we are in this to win it together, not alone. And the way in which we can do that is to believe in our products, to believe in our management, to believe in your sponsor, to believe in you. I do. Do you? Because I know you can. I know we can. And I know we will. Rebecca, thank you. And Ruth Ellen, and I'm going to start calling names and I'm going to mess something up. So thank each and every one of you. But I hope you got something from this today that you can take with you and move forward. And you know, when you think about failure, fail forward. I think it was Denzel Washington that said that once. Fail forward, because at least when you look up, you know you can get up and you know that you're going forward. Don't ever, ever think that you can't, because you can't.
Yes, yes, yes. And I took lots of notes, and folks, I hope if you were listening, you were taking notes too. And I want to know what was the last 40 minutes that Yolanda has been speaking about I can, what stuck out to you most? Go ahead and put it in the comments. If you're on a platform that allows you to write comments, if you're here live with us, you absolutely can put in the comments in the chat here live with us. If you'd like to join us in the future live, we're here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, 1 to 2 Mountain, 2 to 3 Central, 3 to 4 Eastern. Yolanda, I love this, and Ruth Ellen and I have already made a plan. We're going to be listening to this book tonight.
Great.
So
love to chat with you guys about it after you listen to it. I mean, there are some things in that book that's just real powerful. Yes. Yep.
Oh, so many powerful things. And I know that you just touched on a few of them. It's just amazing what happens when we believe we can.
Yep. You know, and in addition to your question, I want to go back to the question that I asked early on. What does success mean to you? If you got anybody who wants to share that too, that would be ideal, because when you're able to share what success means to you, that's where some of that fear is, because we don't want anybody to know what success means to us, because if I don't achieve it, you know, they may talk about me. It doesn't matter. If you don't speak it out, at least to yourself, then it's never gonna happen. So that's where
right.
you want to hold it and fix it. So, you know, share with people of like minds. I get that. And that's what we all need to do. And I think you got some like-minded people on this call.
Oh, we absolutely do. I know Lorenza says that he's definitely going to be re-listening to this message. We have Hunter doing emojis. with a strong and thankful or powerful and thank you, Hunter, out on YouTube. Olga says, without vision, my people perish. That is so true. And AJ's like, if you wrote repeating what you said, if you can look up, you can get up.
Yeah.
So just a few things as we're going through, folks. Life is going to throw us a whole lot of strikes, balls, curveballs, things that we're going to swing at. But if you don't stop swinging, you're going to hit it. So thank you, Yolanda. I know Ruth Ellen has her hand up. Ruth Ellen, do you have a comment or question?
Mainly comments, I guess. I love this, and thank you so much for bringing this topic. We always get really good feedback when you're on, and people just love what you have to say. And you know, when you were talking about, you know, I can earlier, it took me back to something. I'm going to try really hard not to cry.
You got this, sister.
Yeah, you do. While you're getting that, you know, being vulnerable is something that takes courage, and being able to allow others to see how authentic you are is powerful. So sometimes when we get emotional, it's the emotion of courage. And when you ever heard someone say, "Oh God, I'm going to have that ugly cry," that is so powerful, because it's just like letting all of what's in out, and let's find a solution to it. Or I just needed to get it out. So when I hear someone, or even feel it myself, and say, I hope I can get through this without crying, I want to get through it without crying. But if I do cry, I know it's okay, because it's okay, because it's who I am and it's what I'm feeling right now. And I need you to know that those feelings are real. So I hope that gave you time enough to.
It did.
Yeah, there you go.
It did. I'm probably going to cry, but I'm not going to ugly cry on camera. I'll turn it off because it's ugly. You know, over the last several years, I have had some personal challenges and some very catastrophic losses. You know, I lost my friend, my mother, and I had a personal loss all in 1 month. And it was devastating. And this whole time, my only thoughts were, except for a couple times, there was a few times I didn't say this, but tomorrow's always going to be a better day than today. And that kept me going. And it gave me strength and courage. So I can, I will, and I do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the last part of that, I do, is what's most important.
Mm-hmm.
We can say that we can and we will, but if we take no action to do, then we're just putting words out there, you know. So thank you for being you, and thank you for doing.
Yep, I'm here, right?
Yeah. Smiling, beautiful. Yeah.
Whatever it takes. And I didn't do it alone. And, you know, that's the other thing is, you know, you said having good people around you to help you so they can hold the mirror up when you think you can't, and you can see that you can. So that's really, really important. And there was another Hunter had another comment. Well, Harry Healer from Rumble says, you have shared your words from your heart, Yolanda, God's wisdom. Thanks. Much light and love to you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Rebecca already read Olga's comment, and then Hunter says, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. And that is a very true statement.
Yep, it is. you know, and,
Yep.
and when we think about, guys, when we think about what we can and what we can't do, if we would just stop and pause a moment and think only about what we can do, and if we don't do anything, what happens? So I'm always, 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 I know that there's always, always, always something to be thankful for. It could be the least little thing. And if I do nothing else today in my business, if I do nothing else but make a phone call to someone who's been ordering product, or like Tuesday, I made calls to people that had not ordered in a while. And I just called them and I said, I'm just calling to see how you're doing, to say thank you. And a person has already placed an order. I didn't ask them to place an order. I was just calling them to say thank you, because I appreciate whatever they have done to take care of themselves. And that was basically what I said. Thank you for taking care of yourself. Health is most important. If there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to give me a call. Voicemail, texting is your friend. Use it, and use it wisely. But go back and look in your organization for those that may not have ordered, but maybe once or twice, and you've not reached out. Some of us don't want to reach out, but you should. And just call and say thank you. Guys, you will be surprised. People just want a connection. And that's what I tell people to do all the time. And I don't tell people to do something that I'm not willing to do. So I do it as well.
Yes, that's very true. Real quick there, Olga says, we don't know what tomorrow brings, but we know who holds tomorrow.
It's very true.
Sing and our powers. And thank you, Olga, for your comment to me. Thank you. And you know, I learned a long time ago, I have a coin, says 10 minutes. You can do anything for 10 minutes, make phone calls for 10 minutes, straighten up your office for 10 minutes, just set a timer and do it. And that will help break that procrastination.
Yep.
Ruth Ellen used that one on me. Yeah, she's used that one on me several times. When I was trying to move, pack boxes and move.
Yeah, just 10 minutes.
Yes.
Great.
And Jolena says, powerful. Harry says, I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. I believe I can. Aww. So you are absolutely right, Harry. And Bruce says, we love you, Ruth Ellen, which yes, we do. Aww. So
love you too.
Thank you so much, Yolanda, for spending this hour with us. We greatly appreciate your time every single time, as you are delivering value and helping us with Daily with Doc to deliver more value, and more than just the physical health, but also the mental and emotional health. Greatly appreciate you.
Well, again, I appreciate the opportunity to be of service, and anytime that I can help, I will. And to those that are listening in, I just want to thank you, because that lets me know that you are wanting and willing to do something about your business and your life. And guys, you are out there every day giving an example. AJ asked a question earlier today before we got started, and he's helping a young lady who has seen results already, but had never ever taken any type of supplementation or nutrition, if you prefer to use that. So we don't know what people know and what they don't know until we share. And then when you see that what you do matters, because it does, if he didn't share with another person, that he can take with him the rest of his life. But he knows that there are more that he will share with. So that's what I want you to think about. It only starts with one person. Go back to your very, very first day when you did this, you started this business. Go back to your very first day when you helped the first person. You hold on to that, because that's that happy place. And that's where you can build from. Because if you did it once, you can do it again. And the fact is, once you keep doing it, others are going to do it. And that's how your business and that's how your message grows of hope and of love and of I can.
Absolutely. And, you know, when you have that hope, you have that I love, that feeling of I can, and you share it with others.
Yep.
It gives you purpose, a strong purpose. And I absolutely love what we do here on Daily with Doc, and even in my own practice. So folks, let's give it up for Ms. Yolanda Brown from the Majestic Eagle. Soar, soar, soar. And Shirley in Texas. Tell Raymond hello for us. Give him some of our love as well.
I most certainly will.
And if I can get the team up on the screen with me, with us, I'd be greatly appreciated, as I am so thankful that I have been able to surround myself with people that are I can people, like Albert down in South Africa, as he is our gatekeeper, joining us sometimes in the middle of the night, depending on the time zone, or the time of the year and the changes in time zone. Thank you so much, Albert, for all that you do. And Ruth Ellen, my executive marketing director, who is behind the scenes even when she's not here, but she is here. So thank you so much, Ruth Ellen, for all that you do and getting this broadcast out on the different streams. And also AJ, who is our digital marketing manager and helping us be where you are. So no matter where you're listening to us from, if you've got a way to let us know that you're there with a comment, a like, a love, a share, subscribe. That's how we know that you're there. And we want to make sure that you don't miss an episode of empowering information brought to you by Daily with Doc and Becca. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And again, get back with a person and share this program with you. And if there is no one to thank, we have a team at 855-949-3377. You can. And if you want to be part of something greater than yourself and have a greater purpose on this while you're on this earth, we're here for you. 855-949-3377, or again, the person that shared this program with you. So until next time, bye for now. Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you.
And thank you, team. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor. This program is for educational purposes only. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to continue to share the teachings of a founding father of the science of epigenetics, Dr. Joel Wallach, Bachelor of Science in Plant and Soil Sciences, Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 postdoctorates in pathology, naturopathic doctor.